All right, this is the homework video for worksheet 1-2 for the class experimenting with probability and odds. So if you're in this class, you know the drill. Pause, start grading your work. If you're not in this class, just some things that you should know. This is the worksheet. You also have to play board games, collect data, bring it back. We analyze the data. We see how empirical and theoretical probabilities differ. If this is something that you would like to do, you would like to take, learn in a live classroom setting, and play board games in your free time and call it math, then please look at the description, click the link, and sign up for the class. You'll be brought to my profile. I have many different classes. The class you want, if you want to learn this, is experimenting with probability and odds. Now, I'm guessing you guys have already graded your work. You paused, you graded, and you're back to understand why these answers are these answers. Okay, so we're trying to find the odds. So remember, odds do not have a total. They're a special type of ratio that is not like our part and whole fraction. They are two parts basically. Okay, the part that is in favor, the part that's not in favor. Now I know that I showed you guys how to do this the common sense way. You put what's in favor of the odd to what's against the odd. But in this video, because I know I also show you, I always show at the end of odds, the formula. I am going to do this worksheet with the formula, okay? Because I do feel like that you need to be aware of the formula, but just know if you said, hey, odds in favor are 4 and odds against are 3, you're fine just using common sense. I'm never going to mark you wrong, but another teacher might. So the odds formula is the probability of success over the probability of failure. Just remember that this means I'm dividing the two. I don't know, my word is glitchy. Okay, so if I was looking at this common sense, I have 7 marbles in a bag, 4 blue. That means there's 4 marbles that are in favor of me pulling it out. That means 4 comes first because we're odds in favor. And then there are 2 reds and 1 green, which equal 3, that I could pull out that would not be in favor of me pulling a blue. So the odds are 4 to 3. They're 4 in favor, 3 against. Now if I was going to do that with the odds formula, and I'll do that for 1 and 2, but I'm not going to do it for 3, 4, and 5, I would find the probability of success. Well, the probability of success is that there are 4 red marbles in favor, okay, of successfully pulling a blue marble, 4 blue marbles, and there are 7 marbles in total. Now, the probability of failure is that there are 3 marbles in that bag that are not what I want over the total amount, okay, because that's how I find a probability. This means to divide, remember? So it's actually 4 over 7 divided by 3 over 7. Which, keep change, flip, I changed that into multiplication, so now it's 4 over 7 multiplied by, flip the second one. My 7's cancel, and I'm just left with exactly what I was doing. Now I want to write it with the colon, okay? I'm kind of picky about the colon because it's not a true fraction, it's a special ratio, so write it in ratio form, 4 to 3. And I like that because it's less confusing, all right? I do it from a confusing point of view. All right, so B. Let's do letter B. All right, so we want the odds in favor. Hold on, let me grab my pen. Okay, so the next one, red marble, and we're still in favor. So there are 2 marbles in this bag that are in favor of pulling a red. And if I add up my blues and my greens, there are 5 marbles that are not in favor of this, okay? So if I was doing the math work, I would say that the probability of success here is 2 red marbles in favor out of 7 divided by, there are 5 marbles not in favor of the event out of 7, and dividing this probability would mean I have to keep change flip, and my answer is going to be 2 to 5. get the same answer. I just have a lot more math. I don't care if you use common sense, but you got to be aware of everything else. All right, the last one in number 1 is marble 1 to 6, green marble. Well, I only have 1 marble in favor, and if I add up my blues in red, I have 6 marbles not in favor of the odd. So 1 to 6. If I did my fancy little formula here, the probability of success is 1 green marble. That's the only event in favor out of 7 outcomes, divided by 6 events not in favor, or 5 events, sorry. Let me see here. No, 6 events not in favor out of 7. Okay, so now I got to divide these. So I'm going to keep, change, flip, keep the first fraction, change to multiplication, flip the second, cancel out my 7s, and it's 1 to 6. Okay, get the same answer using the formula. It's just a lot more rigmarole. All right, now, if I were to flip these probabilities, it's called finding the complement probability, and it's just flipped idea. Now I want the against to be first. Well, it's still just flipping them. So your question 2, A, B, and C should just be flipping your question 1 probabilities. Now 4 to 3 becomes 3 to 4, 2 to 5 becomes 5 to 2, and 1 to 6 becomes 6 to 1. And I want to say it this way instead of going through all the math again, because I want you to realize they're complement. They're complementary to the favor, okay? All right, so these I'm just going to do common sense on the bottom. So the odds against spinner landing on red. So let's first do the against, which means the spinner spots that are not red. Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 that are not red. So the against comes first since it's labeled in the question that we want the odds against. All right. Now I have to do the ones in favor of red. Well, there are 4 spinner sections that are red. So the odds will be 4 to 4. What are the odds in favor of the spinner landing on light blue? There are 3 spinners in favor of landing on light blue, so 3 comes first. And there are 5 sections on the spinner that are not light blue, so it's 3 to 5. What are the odds in favor of landing on yellow? Well, again, I got to put that favorable first. And there is 1 yellow section on the spinner, so the favor is 1. And there are 7 sections on the spinner that are not 1, so it's 1 to 7. So there's worksheet 1-2. Keep doing it till you feel like you mastered it, and I'll see you in class.